All right, guys, welcome back. I need to give you an update as to what has been flying around, whether DR Congo will be punished by FIFA, whether Nigeria will qualify, and all that. There are three issues that I want to talk about, which is like an update. The first one is the CAF General Secretary's influence over FIFA. Number two, the issue as to the defense presented by DR Congo, and lastly, the issue of FIFA issuing invitation to DR Congo for the intercontinental playoff phase. Let me start with the first one, which is the influence of the General Secretary of CAF over FIFA. Let me say this, that there is no arm twisting that the General Secretary of CAF, that's in the person of Veron Mosengo Omba, there is nothing he can do. There is no arm twisting he wants to make over FIFA that will make FIFA decide in favor of DR Congo on this issue. No arm twisting. You need to understand that FIFA is not your country's judge. It's not like your judges your country that today we decide A on an issue and tomorrow we decide B or Z on the same or similar issues. That's not FIFA. FIFA is not your Premier League or La Liga referees that, despite the involvement and the use of VAR, they are still very much inconsistent in their decisions. FIFA is a body of consistency when it comes to decisions like this. FIFA is a body that follows precedents when it comes to issues like this. I dare anybody to present to me, type in the comment section, just one case study where any country has done similar thing with what DR Congo did and FIFA decided in their favor. Just one, I don't need more. In my previous video, I cited several case studies. I cited several cases where FIFA has been very consistent, and the most recent one was the Malaysia case. The Equatorial Guinea, both the male team and the female team, cited several cases. So I just dare anybody, just comment one case that FIFA has decided in favor of any team or any player that's found to have not properly switched nationality. You can't find any. You can't. FIFA is not just one person making decision. FIFA Council is a body made up of 37 persons, one president, 8 vice presidents that are from like countries like South Africa, Canada, Paraguay, Slovenia, and several other countries, even England. And then 28 other members who are elected by member associations. So just tell me, just look at it now. To now tell me that one person or his agent or his ally or his representative will now have influence over these persons. And if you are talking about committees and members in FIFA, Nigeria have about 2 persons in various committees, various FIFA committees. We have Aisha Falode, we have Musa Gusau in various committees. And this is an issue that not just one person will decide. So you telling me that Veron will now influence? Forget it. It's just social media publicity that DR Congo just want to give to give an impression that they have good case. Nothing they. And like I said, I dare anybody to give me just one case. Now that's for that. On the second issue as to the defense presented by DR Congo, it's funny that DR Congo, by their defense, are saying that no, they did not forge any documents, which makes their case different from Malaysia's case. That they didn't forge any documents, that the players were the processing of the passport for the players were properly processed, and they got proper clearance from FIFA. Yeah. Can we say something? It is not correct. That is why I will always say, that's why I will always say that we should give kudos to the legal team of National Sports Committee of Nigeria and NFF, their legal team. Kai, do you know why I said that? Because the case that NFF presented to FIFA is not the case of forgery. Even though NFF have the knowledge that there were documents that were forged, but because they know that when it comes to proving this issue of forgery, the persons that you will have brought in to say come and prove forgery, because it's their country, we cover up. We say no, these documents were not forged. We actually signed this document. We actually processed this document. So on the other hand, what did they do? They presented a case of fraud. Let me tell you the difference. The two are similar but very much far apart. Very much far apart. When we talk about forgery, forgery relates to altering documents to make it look like somebody else signed it or was made by a particular person who did not make it. Now, what's it called now? Fraud on the other side involves you deceiving someone else in order to take an unfair advantage of that person or depriving another party of its legal rights. Things that we need to know about this fraud. One, fraud, there must be deceit. There must be deceit. There must be concealment of facts that is material in the transaction. And there must be a victim who must have lost something. The victim must have lost something. For deceit, deceit is in different form. You have actual deceit or deception, and then you have constructive deception. Actual deceit, you can bring in the issue of forgery. Forgery is an actual act. For you to forge a document, you took step, you did it knowing that what you are doing is wrong, with the intention that you want to deceive somebody to believe that this thing is real, or that this thing was made by, or this thing was made correctly. That's actual fraud. The second leg of fraud is constructive fraud. Constructive fraud is that you have not even actually done anything like altering any documents like forgery or doing an actual thing, than the fact that you withdrew information or you concealed facts that you know that if you present it would have changed the decision of the umpire or of the person you presented it to. But let's now look at the case of DR Congo. DR Congo Football Federation are saying that they were not the one that issued passports. That passport was issued by the government. Let's say the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs issued passport to the players. But FECOFA, that's the Football Federation of Congo, they were the one that invited these players. They processed the document that was presented or that were presented to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that got them the passport they issued for these players. So are you telling me that they were not aware that some of these players have not renounced their citizenship with other countries like France, Belgium, and other countries like that? So is that the ignorance they want to play? That they were not aware? In Nigeria, there were players that would have played for Nigeria some years ago. They were even invited. They played. They trained. They trained with the team. It was at the point of processing their passports that they realized that some of them were citizens of countries that do not permit dual citizenship. And those players were not ready to switch nationality. They just want to hold the two passports. When that was not possible, what happened? Nigeria had to let them go. They had to let them go. So for the Football Federation of DR Congo to be saying that they were not aware, you just shot yourself. And the fact is, ignorance of law is not an excuse. Let me even say this. I dare anybody, if FIFA on the 16th of this month, that's on Monday, which is tomorrow, by evening, they should have decided. If FIFA by any way, mistake or pardon, decide against decides against the petition of Nigeria, I will clear off my beards. These beards have been kept for years. I will clear it off. I will, oh God, I will clear these beards. I cherish it. I will clear it for you to know how sure I am about this matter. So there are defense as to, and we are not aware that no, it does not lie. In fact, that shows admission. That shows that you admit the fact that some of these players were not properly, their passports were not properly processed. There were infringements somewhere, somehow. You get the point now? So it's not possible. I've told you, DR Congo will be banned, punished. Their result reversed and with fines. So that's that about that point. Lastly, as to the issue of FIFA sending invitation to DR Congo to participate in the next phase, that's the intercontinental phase of the playoff for the World Cup, it is not irreversible. It is normal. On the database of FIFA, DR Congo is still the country that qualified. So who else will they send invitation to? The matter is still pending. So if FIFA eventually come up with a decision that what's it called, that DR Congo was fraudulent in presenting documents to clear these players, that invitation will be withdrawn. And fresh invitation will be issued to any country, in this case Nigeria, that they found to be the qualified country. When the players are talking about it recently, Iwobi spoke about it, that the hope of qualifying for the World Cup is still there. What's it called now? Calvin Bassey spoke about it. All I know is already preparing his fitness. He's managing his fitness. So whether DR Congo will be banned or not is not an issue. They'll be banned. So be rest assured. I hope with this 3 points of mine, I've been able to convince and not confuse you that FIFA cannot decide in favor of DR Congo, regardless of the influence from anywhere, when they know that their integrity is at stake, when they are precedents, when they know that there is still another step, there is a appeal committee, there is also CAS. So there is no how they want to do it. There is no how. Okay, of what benefit, what will FIFA get from DR Congo? I beg. I see you in my next video. Thank you very much. Please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, and I see you in my next video. Bye.